How to get a Brazilian tax ID known as CPF. Hello there, my name is Luciano Oliveira. I am a Brazilian attorney. This tax ID in Brazil, it's helpful not only for buying a property, and it's actually required if you're gonna buy a property in Brazil, but it's also helpful for many other things. It is, for instance, one of the requirements for you to open a bank account in Brazil, and even to get a cell phone working in Brazil, you're gonna need the Brazilian tax ID known as CPF. Therefore, it's an absolute must, and in the past, it was actually pretty difficult for people to get the Brazilian tax ID, but nowadays foreign citizens can actually apply remotely by email. In this video, I'm gonna tell you the exact steps with illustrations to help you along the way so you can apply by yourself. However, remember that with a tax ID comes big responsibilities, right? So I'm gonna assume that you do have the support of a Brazilian attorney on your side to advise you on how to use the Brazilian tax ID known as a CPF. Let's now learn the exact steps you need to follow to issue the Brazilian tax ID on your own without spending a single dollar. Step number one, access Chrome or Firefox on your computer, and then you're gonna type this URL on the navigation bar. Make sure that the form is accessible. It's not rare for the Brazilian website to be down or to be slow to load because of many people accessing the form. But if the form is loading, you should see something like this. Go ahead and complete the form. Many fields are self-explanatory, such as name and address. However, a few other fields are not clear at the first sight, particularly if you're applying for a CPF for the first time. So we're gonna address these specific fields. Field reason, that's actually the reason why you are completing the form, and you should choose registration. CPF number, of course you don't have a CPF number yet, so this field you're gonna leave blank. Birth date. Remember that in Brazil we use day first and then month and then year. So this is particularly important for US citizens who actually start with the month. Again, in Brazil you should complete first the day and then the month and then the year in which you were born. Voter means voting card, and you probably don't have a voting card, so you're gonna leave this field blank as well. Date of exit, that does not apply to those who are applying for a CPF for the first time. After you complete these steps, click on submit. Step number 4, print the form. If everything went well, you should see something like this on your screen. Go ahead and print out the form so you can sign the form manually. Although some people do sign electronically, it is not rare for the Brazilian revenue system to decline such applications. So in order for you not to waste time, go ahead, print out the form and sign it manually. And then scan the signed form and save as a file. We're gonna get back to this form later on. Step number 5, take a picture of your passport. You can use a JPEG file, but if you can save as a PDF, it's gonna be even better. Make sure that when you take the picture, everything in your passport can be read by the Brazilian revenue system. Sometimes people are gonna take a picture and there's gonna be a bright light that is gonna make part of the text unreadable, and if that's the case, your application is going to be refused. So make sure that everything looks clear and sharp and all the characters can be read. Number 6, you're going to take a selfie with your passport. You're going to hold your passport just like in this example, and hold the passport, and again make sure that all the content in the passport can be read from the picture. Now you're going to compose, you're going to write an email following these instructions. In the subject, you're gonna write inscrição de CPF, just like you see over here, which means application for a CPF tax ID. You're gonna write the same thing in the body of the email, and you're gonna attach the 3 files that you got from the prior steps. You're gonna attach the signed form, you're gonna attach the picture of your passport, and you're gonna attach your selfie. Go ahead and send over the email. After you send the email, you should get a reply similar to this one, which basically says that you're gonna have a tax ID CPF issued if everything is sent correctly. And the timeline of 10 business days is actually the limit, and usually most CPFs are going to be issued much sooner than that. I hope this guide was helpful, and if it was, I will ask you to please like our video so other people can find this resource. Don't forget to check the resources in our description below and follow us for more tips.